Guys, so in today's video we're going to talk very much about the first move. This is a thing that a lot of amateur golfers get really wrong, and it causes a huge amount of inconsistency. And I can understand it because there is a lot of conflicting messaging out there reference the golf swing. And what I try to do is keep it very simple, and with students that I get the chance to work with both online and face-to-face, I share the video library that I have, which is based around this sort of straight line golf swing. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, the straight line golf swing just basically means you're trying to get the club shaft to travel in a straight line, okay? And then therefore, you know, if you start, trying to turn, early or, move over there, you can't keep the club moving in a straight line, okay? We want to just basically feel like that club shaft travels in a straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, and that is what's going to give you consistency. So let's talk about the first move and what we're ultimately looking for. Now, I've got an alignment stick on the ground here, representing obviously my target line. So I'm going to get myself set up like so. Now, in this first movement, or shall I be a little bit clearer, what should happen is when you hold the club, you will have a difference in the angle between the club shaft and your lead arm. Okay, so you can see the difference here. So what needs to happen is as you take that club back, you need to introduce a little bit of like a wrist hinge to get the club in a straight line with your left arm, okay? And that basically, that little bit of wrist hinge there is what's going to give you a flat wrist and get the club on plane. And that's a key thing. So as I get set up here, I don't want to be moving my body. I just want to advance that club head. See the way that club head just travels 3 feet, okay, like so. And it travels with an element of a wrist hinge, okay, like so. And what that little wrist hinge does for me, or what it does for students, is a few things. One, it really helps them with the sequence, okay? But two, it helps you understand about the club face, which is what I'm going to come to. So when we get set up, the club face will aim towards our target. And when we introduce a bit of a wrist hinge, it opens up the face, okay? Now, as I take this back, I've now got that club going nice in a straight line, and you can see the way the club face would be pointing to the right of my target line. And this is a really good thing because from here, we can now lift that club up, and then we can get the feeling, you can see the way this wrist is nice and flat, and we can get the feeling now of turning through the ball whilst trying to maintain that feeling of the club face being nice and open, which basically means a flat wrist position, okay? As opposed to a lot of golfers move the body wrong, which means that you have to start breaking those wrist positions down to be able to get the club face square. And just practice it like that. And this is what I do for short game. Keep it simple. So get yourself set up, hinge the wrist to get that club traveling back the first few feet, then move your hands and arms to the side of your body, and then from there, just sort of turn across the ball. See the way that the club face then, you won't even feel like you're doing anything with the club face. You'll just sort of take it back like that, advance my arms a little bit, and then just turn across it. And you can hear, I think, the contact is really sort of sweet. So it's like that, look, boom, 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 like so, okay? And then you can advance that. You can do that for your short game shots, and then you can advance it further along the line. Boom, 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 boom. A little bit heavier on that one, but you can see as I'm being very deliberate to sort of show you here, straight through that line, okay? And then down and across. And what I'm trying to say to you guys is, it's not this, and then, do you know what I mean? Any excessive movement like that, it's literally just hinge, straight back, and then a through. Now, what I want to do is I want to talk about two things. So one of my favorite drills that I work with students who are a little bit in a mess with their swing is a split hand. So what you do is you take hold of the club like you normally would, so like so, and then you separate your trail hand so none of your fingers are in contact with the club, so it's just the palm that supports it. And what this does is this teaches your left hand how to control the swing like so the way it's the same sort of move, okay? Because if you're somebody who moves incorrectly, you'll notice the way your trail hand can't keep up. So what this drill does is it makes you turn, and see the way my right hand has to stay very much in contact. So it's here, here, and then see my right hand can stay in contact. But this time, if I do the same drill, but I don't turn through the ball, like so the way that my right hand can't keep up with my left. So that's a really good drill. And then finally, maybe not for everybody, but another good way for you to practice is left hand only. Because if you can just hinge that club there, lift it up and turn across the golf ball, you'll start to be able to produce good shots, not obviously like amazing shots, but good shots with just your left hand on the club. And what I'm trying to say is if you can do these drills that I'm promoting here, these are telling signs that you're swinging really good, okay? So what I'm trying to say is, first move is a little bit of a hinge, so the club shaft gets straight with the left arm. From there, you just want to feel like the club head travels up through your target line like this, and then from there you can swing across the golf ball. And if you can move like that, you'll have very little interference with the club face. Welcome, I'll see you soon.